What's up, guys? It's Schlif, and as you may or may not know, I'm very interested in science such as astronomy, physics, stuff like that. But the main thing I'm interested in is something called astrobiology, which is, to put quite frankly, aliens! Now what I've done today is I've drawn sketches of what aliens could possibly look like if they lived on other planets of the solar system. And these aren't just the stereotypical, strange little green people that are in horror movies and scary movies like that. But astrobiology is based on lots of studies of evolution and environment and how things could adapt to their environment. So I'm going to show you my drawings today of all the planets on our solar system, and I'll explain to you them, and I hope you find it interesting. Alright guys, so this is my first drawing. This is the alien that would live on Mercury, and as you can see here, it's kind of a crab-like type thing. Those two long hairy things are its antenna, which would be like very sensitive. It doesn't actually have any eyes or ears, but those would like be all of its senses. It would sense its way around with those like an insect like with antenna. And also its shell is pretty much like a rock. It shields it from the extremely hot temperatures in the daytime and the extremely cold temperatures in the nighttime on Mercury. And it scuttles around with its little legs, and those two little front legs are its arms that it uses to dig. And if there were little bugs or stuff in Mercury's soil, then it would dig for those and it would eat those with its mouth that you can see kind of in the middle right there. So yeah. Alright, so next is the alien that would live on Venus, and as you can see here, he's kind of a monster type thing. He'll be pretty giant, and he has 6 arms. I kind of felt like adding that, but anyway, he would be covered in hard scales, kind of like body armor, that would protect him from the intense weather and the extremely thick atmosphere on Venus, and the extremely high temperature as well. So yeah, he'd kind of lumber around on Venus, being protected from the heat and the weather, and yeah, so he'd be all protected. So next is the alien that would live on Mars, and he's kind of like a monkey, rodent type thing. He'll run really fast, and those long arms of his are for digging. He'll probably bury little holes for himself and live in those overnight. And also, see, he has big eyes and big ears. Those are good for communicating with others of his species. They'll probably live in groups, kind of like meerkats, and they'll scamper around Mars, dig holes, and have lots of fun. Okay, so next is the alien on Jupiter, and I'm kind of holding him sideways. You can see my fingers by his head. But anyway, these things are going to be kind of like giant sky whales. They float with their enormous wings, as you can see, in the sky. And those two little things, which appear to be horns or antenna or something, are actually arms that would reach out and grab other smaller things that would fly in Jupiter and shove them into his face. So that's how he would catch his food. And yeah, he would be very strong, huge, I might add. And he'd probably be as big as a city, almost. And he would glide in Jupiter's atmosphere and catch little prey for himself. Alright, so now on to Saturn. And this alien here, he's kind of like a hawk. You can see at the bottom drawing, that's him with his wings out. But most of the time, he's going to be keeping his wings turned in, kind of like a speed tuck type maneuver. He's going to be very hawk-like, except instead of feathers, he'll have pretty hard scales that are actually light, but still pretty hard. So he can zoom around in Saturn's atmosphere and be able to fly without being too heavy and falling. So yeah. Okay, so now for Uranus. Haha, really funny, right? But anyway, this guy here is kind of like a fish. He's not actually going to be in the atmosphere like I did with the other gas planets. He's going to live in the mantle, which is actually extremely hot, but he can take it. He's a pretty awesome fish. He'll have a special material covering his body that would kind of deflect heat, kind of like a mirror reflecting light. So anyway, and those circles you saw on his body, those are all eyes. He wouldn't usually change direction. He would see pretty much all around him, and if he sees something in the back, then he would change direction, but he wouldn't really check. So yeah, he would zoom through the mantle like a fish swimming around, swim, 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 fishy, fish, fish. Alright, so now for Neptune. And this alien here, he has wings again. He's gonna be flying around in the atmosphere. But the thing at the end of his tail is actually a mouth. That's where his mouth is located. So when he's flying around, he sees something that looks tasty to eat. He'll snatch out his tail and grab it like ninja skills, and then he'll eat it. So it's kind of a strategic place to put his mouth when he's flying around in Neptune, that in this world would have nice little consumables that he would find appetizing. Okay, I know Pluto isn't a planet anymore, but I couldn't resist doing one for Pluto. So, the science behind this little fella here is that they're so unadapted to surviving on such a barren little dwarf planet like Pluto that as soon as they're born, they immediately reproduce, then promptly die. So yeah, they may be cute and snuggly, but they won't stick around long, maybe only a few minutes, enough time for them to immediately reproduce as soon as they're born, and then die. I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist doing a joke, stupid one like the one with Pluto. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode and you enjoyed my alien drawings. I hope you found it interesting and not too geeky, but yeah, so be sure to rate and comment and subscribe if you like this. So thanks, I'll see you later, guys. Bye!